being that I work in IT, I get to change jobs a lot every few years. That's the way it works in my profession, so I go through a lot of orientations. And so one time I was in one of these things, and I imagined, what would it be like if I went to a weird orientation? And that's what this is. The orientation. Oh, and it's written in this bracketed style. And I hope you can pick up the rhythm in there, and I hope you pick up the book. You can see that it's written in a way that sort of moves along in this sort of loping way. The orientation. Good morning. So glad to meet you. We'll show you around. Your cube will be over there, where Mr. Davidson had an office before he retired, and Sandy from HR took over, because Mr. Davidson was a lifer and had to go. He used to take the train up to New York on weekends to visit a guy named Sam, who was his lover. But you couldn't say that in those days. Sam was in advertising, so he could be more open. But his secretary, Betsy Williams, was one of 8 girls from a religious family up in the Bronx, with a father who worked as a printer with a union card. And he did not like gays and would not work with them, since they were not like him or his buddy Bill, who had a job reading meters for Con Ed and was let inside a lot of homes and fathered 20 children in his territory in the neighborhoods between Brooklyn and Queens. And one of them was an Irish kid they called Eddie the Red, who would laugh hysterically whenever he smoked pot, which he did a lot since coming back from Vietnam, where he lost his best friend Jimmy, whose mother, Joni, was the brightest student at Christ the King, but didn't go to college because that was not an option for girls. So she took a job at the Playtex factory, where she never filled the hole left by her dad, who lost his left arm in a car crash coming back from the Second World War, and settled in as a regular at the American Legion, where he was known as Bob until he died sometime back in the 60s. So there, do you have any questions? Make yourself at home. We'll stop by later. How are you doing? Make sure everything is okay. Welcome aboard.